Hello, Marcus Bronzy here from How to Kill an Hour, and today we're doing some more work with Philips Hue. I'll just open this box before I started the video, but we'll get into that in just a second. Today we're going to be adding some light to this shelving unit that I have here. Shelving unit? It's like a TV unit that we got in this area here. So basically this is where I put some consoles. Obviously the PS5's up there. Sometimes it lives in here. Got the Oculus in there and the PSVR and the Xbox there. Now what I want to do is I'd like to have separate LED strips here, here and here, because it could do with a little bit of colour. How I'm going to do that is with some Philips Hue content, some Philips Hue bulbs. I am a big fan of Philips, as you know if you've watched other videos. I do work a lot with them. This is not a paid bit of content. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Big fan of Philips. Probably be using them even if I wasn't working with them. If you are using Philips Hue, this is the brains behind it. If you want to get the most out of your bulbs now, which we'll discuss probably a bit more in just a sec, you can just use, let's focus on that, Bluetooth to control your lights. But you can do so much more if you connect them to a bridge. Before you needed a bridge, otherwise you couldn't use Philips Hue. But right now, you have more opportunity to use it without Philips Hue bridge. But yes, like I've said a few times, and I'll say it again, get the most out of your lights, man. Like, what's the point in getting these lights and not putting them through their paces? So the plan today is to add some light to these three windows here. Okay, not just any kind of light, some strip lighting. So we've got the shape light here from Philips, which is the, let's get the camera on it, the Light Strip Plus. This is the V4. I've not got a V3 out today to show you the difference with, but I can talk you through the difference between the V3 and the V4. Do you have a slightly different power pack with the V3? You get this unit here, which plugs into this bit, the lighting here, and then this unit plugs into your Philips power supply. And in the box, you should get an extension here for this, so you can plug that in, and then plug that into your power supply for your Philips. Now, there are some boxes out there which can take multiple inputs. I'm going to see if I can fish one out, which I can plug 3 lights into, and see if I can plug the 3 strip lights that I'm going to use for each 3 of these windows here. Because having one of these plugged in to one plug, and then another one plugged into another plug, another one plugged into a plug, isn't going to work. So I'm going to see if I can use one of the Philips boxes I have where you have 3 power supplies to use it. If it doesn't work, I'll let you know. If it does work, I will let you know. Throw that around. That should still work. In terms of what else you get in the box, you get a European plug. Oh, why am I throwing everything around today? There you go, European plug. And you also get this connector. Now, people have said to me before that the V1s and the V2s, and maybe less so the V3s, they've struggled with connecting these up. Now, you can extend these to 10 meters, but you can also cut them down as well, at specific cut points. And what's cool with the V3 and V4, the V4, is that you can actually connect them again quite easily with these connectors, where you plug in both sides of the unit. Let's just, one second, just pop that open again. There we go. So yeah, you can actually plug your lights in one side, plug in the other ones the other side, and extend your lights. Also, what you can do is, I believe, once you have cut your lights, you can stick on the extra bits if you ever need to, if you ever have some leftover bits of light and you want to use them somewhere else. I believe this enables you to do so, and then you pop it in to seal it. Now, when I am doing a big run of LED light strips in the future, I will share that with you. But in this video, I want each of these sections here to have separate lighting. So I want that to have one bit of light. I'll probably blue for PlayStation, green for Xbox, and I don't know what colour Oculus and VR should be. I'll find something that works in between. Might do a yellow because it looks good. The next step is how we're going to get the lights in here. But actually, no, let me show you a bit more about these lights first. Let's pop that out. So Philips Hues, you can actually cut them along specific cut points. I'll find one and show it to you. stretch that out. Here we go. So let's just keep that focus there. Zoom in there for you. So right there, you can see that little cut point. That is where you can snip. And you can see when you cut it, you actually create a little connector there. That opens you up to connect in the future. And you can see the light, the LEDs here, which are very bright. In terms of color between the V3 and the V4, I just want to say no difference really in terms of the energy they put out. It's nominal. In terms of the color they put out, pretty much the same as well. You would not notice a difference if they're next to each other. The human eye wouldn't pick that up. And if it does, well done, you've got an extra cone of color. Another question people ask me is how do you stick them up to where you have this nice double-sided tape here, which is very sticky, or you can use other things. I am notoriously indecisive when it comes to sticking things up. So I might try and use a different method to get them up, just in case I want to move them around. And also people talk about corners as well. How do you get them around corners? So there's loads of different techniques. The one I'll probably be employing today is this. That's how I'll get it around the corners. What you might get is an extra pinch of light here. Now, people have said that you can use connectors, which are great, but you might get like a little dip of light. If you do this, I will say, personally, if you find there's too much light in the corners where you've done this, you can actually just stick something over the LEDs. Yeah, you know what I mean? Put a little bit of black over it. And then you can actually reduce that edge of light. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you more about that in a second. So these are gonna go up in these cupboards here. And then I'll zoom in. See that little top left of the screen, just above the control pad? See that little hole? That's what this is going through, which has made it really, really easy for me to hook these lights up. So now I just have to stick them up to the insides of here and then get them through those holes. Won't have to drill any holes. I think this will just fit straight through and then power them up. I'm also going to see if I can find a 3-way power adapter and hope to God it works, because I don't want to have to plug in 3 of these because it's just a waste of plugs, isn't it? All right, let's get these in. So this is what I've got. By the way, I had to cut that hole a little bit to get the plug through. Philips would be great if the hole was a little bit smaller, if they just had the plug or the lead as small as possible until you had to plug it in. As you can see, here's my crude sticking. I use the stickers that came with it. Pinched, I went for the pinch instead of the fold, which hopefully shouldn't give me too much of a highlight on the corner. There's another pinch here. And you can see, look, I made a little mistake. Let me push that in. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because these shouldn't be seen. There may be some reflection of the glass if you're looking at it from a slightly higher angle, but from a sitting angle or lower, you should be fine. And then here we've got a little bit of excess. If I can trim that, I will. But before I do any fiddling around, what I need to do is, let's close that, let's plug it in. Thank you, drill, for holding that bit of plug. Plug this into the wall beforehand. This is the single plug. I've not tried the triple yet because I'm just going to see if this works first. So there we go. I'll pop that there. Just, there we go. Oh, let's get that the right way around. Hey, and here we go. Maximum light. Oh yeah, there you go. We did get some reflection here, like I said, but you won't see that from this angle. That's just off that glass there. You can actually see the RGBs working. So that's the setup there. Let's take a little bit of a step back. That looks way more exciting than the other units. Of course, we've not adjusted these yet so that they're dim, but we'll get more control and dim and color as we install the other few. I'm gonna leave that little bit of light there and we'll tidy that all up at the same time at the end. Quick update, I managed to find one of these plugs which I actually had for my play bars, and it takes 3 of these. So it's time to see if it fires up all 3 of them at the same time. I know that you've got to be careful. It's in the right. Cool. Yes. Oh, one of them's off. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got to be careful, they're all plugged in. There we go. Now, I've got to connect them to the app, to my bridge, and let's see if we can colour code them. I'll tidy up because there's a lot of that on the floor. Also, I've trimmed a little corner off each of them there. You can see a little hole that I've made, but you can't really see it from out here. And remember, those little reflections you only see when you're really high up on your back. Come here, you're fine. Yes, I've trimmed all of these off. I suppose I should keep them because I can use them another time. But yeah, let me connect these all up. There's a little serial number on each of the power packs. You can use that, or you can, there's various other ways, which I think I'll probably do a video about that as well in the future. And you can connect to here, but let's get this going and see if we can get that color coding. Green, blue, and then something that works in the middle. So here we are. Blue for PlayStation, red for Oculus, I guess for now, and green for Xbox. R, G, B. So yeah, that's how easy it is to set up your lights. I literally just flick them on, the app found them, and then that's it. We move. So yeah, I'm gonna set these up, get them looking nice. I might throw a couple of nice screenshots at the end of this video in and show what they look like with a full ambience set up. But yeah, that's how you set up and use some Hue bulbs. That's how you set up and use some Hue light strips in a wardrobe. I mean, the before and after is amazing. I'll show you a before and I'll show you an after. That looks fantastic. Fantastic.